Alright, so this is really interesting. This 1970D Lincoln penny here was actually struck on a split planchet. So it's also really cool that it has the detached piece here with the penny. Really awesome type of error coin. I have no idea how this would even possibly get out in circulation, or if it just came straight from the mint, from a mint employee. Who knows? But this coin is really incredible. This penny here sold for over $275. But let's move on to some more expensive coins here. Now this is a 1998 penny. It has an obverse die cap error. So the coin is graded by NGC at a mint state 66 red. You can clearly see that this is a very noticeable and extreme type of error taking place. No reverse design here on the back. And this penny sold for over $400 US. Moving on to a 2000 Philadelphia minted state quarter. Now this coin here has a 50% obverse clad layer that has been split. So you see the top half of the coin, the clad layer is there, and then the bottom half you see the inner copper layer core of the quarter. So that is pretty awesome. You can actually look for whole layers, like the whole coin will be copper looking on the front side or the back side, missing a clad layer there, but this is missing half, which makes it you know, even more unique. And then of course here on the reverse looks fairly normal. This quarter here sold for over $380. Next up is a pretty self-explanatory type of error. The coin has been struck multiple times. It's struck off center, and it is a 2000 Philadelphia minted Sacagawea dollar. So you guys can literally get tons of dollar coins from the bank and search through rolls and rolls for different types of errors on those coins as well. I got whole videos on gold dollar coins and presidential dollar coins, so be sure to check those out. This coin sold for over $4,800, a $4,800 dollar coin. Alright, if we go old school and take it back to the silver mercury dimes, this coin has been double struck and the second strike is off center. So we can see that there clearly in the image displayed. You got the design of the coin struck twice, and then it is struck off center, and we see here on the reverse as well. Now this dime here sold for over $5,000. 5,000 bucks. Sorry if I don't sound so good, guys. I have been sick these last few days. I'm trying to recover from it. This is a 1941 to a 1945. It doesn't have an exact date, but it is a 1 cent, well, it was supposed to be a 1 cent Lincoln penny. It is the 1 cent Lincoln penny design that was struck on a Netherlands East Indies coin. So that is really cool. You can actually see the design of the Netherlands coin here in the images displayed, along with the wheat penny design. So that is really awesome. I really love this type of error. Man, if you ever found something like this, you'd be talking, you could sell it for a lot of money. Definitely want to get it graded. This coin sold for over $7,000. Next up is a, well, it looks like a gold quarter, a gold state quarter, but it is a 1999 Philadelphia minted New Jersey quarter, and it's been graded by PCGS at a mint state 66. Now this coin, a lot of people may get this confused with gold-plated quarters that, you know, companies gold plate and sell as, you know, kind of like souvenir coins or whatever you want to call them. This is actually a mint error. So what happened was, the Sacagawea dollars, we just looked at a Sacagawea dollar. It was basically, the planchets for those coins basically arrived early to the mint, and mint workers tested those planchets using the state quarter designs. And there's not many of these out there, so this was actually struck on a experimental planchet. So that is a real mint error, and this coin sold for over $3,700. Here's another state quarter. This is a 1999 Philadelphia minted Connecticut state quarter, and it's been triple struck, and you can clearly see that there. It's pretty self-explanatory. Something like this you don't need a coin microscope for. You can just really look in your pocket change or go through coins from the bank and search for things off centers and double strikes and stuff, triple strikes in this case. This quarter sold for over $380. Now this coin may be one of my favorites of the video. This is a 1999 Lincoln penny that was broad struck, and it's got a reverse die break. So that is a really incredible error taking place there. Now it did sell for thousands of dollars, but the coin still sold for over $370. So not too bad for that penny. Here's another die cap penny. We looked at a die cap on the 1998, I believe it was. This is the 1997 Lincoln penny. It's been double struck and it's got the obverse die cap, which we can see here in the image displayed. And you can see that there on the reverse as well. So this coin here sold for around $350. But if we move on to the famous Drummer Boy quarter, or the 1976 bicentennial quarter. Now, a lot of people save these. I've actually done a whole video on what type of errors to look for on these quarters, so definitely check that out. All you gotta do is type in 1976 quarter Couch Collectibles here on YouTube, and you'll find those videos. Now, this quarter in particular here has been struck on a 5-cent planchet. So it weighs 4.9 grams, and that's because it was struck on a nickel planchet. So what was supposed to be a nickel, this quarter design was struck on that. Now, you can obviously see that error taking place pretty clearly. The whole design does not fit on the planchet and things like that. So this coin here sold for over $5,000. $5,000. Here is a 1972. Now, this one might be one of my favorites as well of the video. It is a 1972 Lincoln penny that has an obverse lamination fragment. So wow, check that out. It looks completely destroyed and damaged. However, this is a real mint error taking place here. And then look here on the reverse, you do not have the design of the reverse of the Lincoln penny. So really cool. This coin here sold for over $250. Now, I showed these coins quite a bit. I know people maybe get tired of seeing them, but it is a 1965 penny. A lot of people still always ask questions about silver pennies, gold pennies. I've done whole videos on that as well. In this case, this 1965 penny was actually struck on a silver dime. So a 10-cent planchet. So basically a penny design being struck on what was supposed to be a silver dime. And pretty interesting because this is the 1965. So it was struck on a planchet, which could have been at latest 1964 dime, because in 1965 they did not make silver dimes. So that's really cool as well. This coin here sold for over $9,000. So if you actually have a silver penny, there's tons of different ways to see if it's actually a real legitimate one. And I talk about that in my silver penny videos and gold penny videos. So go check those out. Here is a 1943 Jefferson nickel. Now for this nickel, if we look here on the reverse of the coin, you will see the big mint mark there above the building. Now those mint marks are for the silver quarters from 1942 to 1945. Again, this is a 43. So this was supposed to be a silver Jefferson nickel. However, this was actually struck on a 1-cent planchet. And you may think, well, if it was struck on a 1-cent planchet, why wouldn't it be like a copper color or copper toned? Well, it was actually struck on a steel planchet. So in 1943, when they made the steel pennies, this was struck on a steel planchet. So really cool. This coin sold for over $14,000. A whopping 14 grand. That would be insane to find a coin like this and be able to sell it for $14,000, right? Here is a really cool error coin as well. It's a 1920 Buffalo nickel. Such a simple type of error that you can look for on any denomination of coins, really. It's a off-center error taking place, but of course on a Buffalo nickel, you know, it's probably not as common compared to, you know, the Lincoln pennies and things like that. This coin here sold for over $17,000 because of that mint error. So that is a really cool off-center error on a Buffalo nickel. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you on the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.